Imagine you were having a really hectic day, but the only thing that crossed your mind was that assignment you have putting off for weeks, where you said you would do it tomorrow. Day by day goes by, but that tomorrow you were talking about, it never arrived. The next thing you know, the deadline is around the corner. You are left with no choice rather than to burn the midnight oil trying to perfect your task, leaving you in such disappointment and regret. I believe all of you have experienced this before, but are you really doing something about it or just sweeping it off under the carpet? Good morning and hello everyone. I am Noor Alina binti Muhammad with the metric number of A194907. Will be telling you about how procrastination is never a wise option. Being a student myself, it would be a lie to say that I have never procrastinated before. Juggling with tasks has never been a piece of cake, but with the right planning, everything is actually achievable. Trust me on this, I have done my readings and research just to know more about procrastination since I myself is experiencing it. Maybe you wonder, why am I stressing about this matter so much? Listen, procrastination is a concerning problem, especially among students, which are caused by numerous reasons, hence should be overcome by applying initiatives to settle this issue. Before anything else, I'll begin by telling you why delaying things makes you feel like you are always running out of time. First, let me open your eyes by telling you how procrastination makes you feel like 24 hours a day is not enough for you. Procrastination is a time stealer that causes students to feel that they do not have enough time to complete their duties when they actually have ample time earlier, but they choose to procrastinate instead. Proven in a research held at a university in Valencia, Spain in the year 2018, students accomplished their assignments in the last period with 78.8% students held their assignments in the last week of deadline, even though they were given the assignments 3 months earlier. Benjamin Franklin once said in his book entitled Poor Richard's Almanac, "You may delay, but time will not." Which is actually true, as it does not matter how bad you desire time to pass, it will never be able to, which will leave you in a rush to complete intended assignments. Next, have you ever heard of the phrase procrastination is a thief of time by Edward Young? When you ponder about it, he has a point after all. Since procrastinating is the worst way to spend your time, especially when you have a lot on your plate. I am sure all of you want to fly high to achieve your dreams, but the ball is in your court to decide what you do in the 24 hours you have every day to reach for the stars. According to the findings of a study carried out at a private university in Bangladesh, procrastination causes students to lessen the amount of time they use for academic purposes, which will then affect their academic performance. Students and academic performance is forever inseparable until some of you guys are judged just by the way your academic performances are. The less time you have, the more pressured you'll feel. Procrastination is said to increase one's anxiety, which will later be linked to physical illnesses. According to a study I have read, habitual procrastinators are also more likely to have shoulder and arm pain besides having insomnia that would progress into unhealthy minds and bodies. All of these are results from having to stay for hours in front of your computer screens trying to complete your task, which could be done way earlier. As long as it's done, it can't be that bad, you thought. When your results come back worse than expected, you start pointing fingers at others while you yourself are the only one who was supposed to be blamed in the first place. Addressing the problem is one thing. Now let us look at why these problems arise. It is commonly said that lack of motivation and sense of overwhelm are the detrimental keys leading to procrastination. From my readings, it is found that lack of motivation has always been the common problem that leads students to procrastinate. In the year 2023, M. Galindo Paulina once said, "Most people would recognize that they failed to start or complete the task because they didn't have the motivation at the time." Lack of motivation is always associated with being lazy. Think about it. Do you think that these two are the same thing? Interestingly, no, they are not. Having low motivation does not mean that you are being lazy, as motivation is really needed as a crucial driving force in encouraging yourself to start what needs to be done. But this should not be the supporting excuse on why you are not completing your work. Really, you are the only one who can differentiate whether you do not have the motivation or you're just simply making excuses for your laziness. Although motivation is something that can be looked for, the internal motivation that we initially have within is the root that determines how much work that we are able to do before feeling burnt out as a result of self-forces. Being students, feeling overwhelmed is something that you cannot run from since you have tons of work to be juggled on a daily basis. Do you guys know that feeling overwhelmed with countless workloads is also one of the killing culprits that leads to procrastination? Let me tell you how. Having so many things to do at once would definitely make you feel unclear on where to start, making you feel that it is better to not start at all. When there are so many things to do, it does not take much to feel the fear of the unknown expectations that need to be faced to complete a task, and this is where procrastination comes in handy. Sense of overwhelm would also cause you to feel restricted, as if you're paralyzed, where you will find yourself unable to take action toward the things that need to be done, and this is called task paralysis. And that, my friends, would lead to procrastination. Since the culprits have been identified, let's move on towards a solution that may help you to overcome procrastination. An effective method that may be applied to boost self-motivation is by setting self-rewards. Having something to look forward to would increase your self-motivation, which will eventually help you to have enough will and power to kickstart your tasks. Having something that may motivate yourself is the best way to ensure you have constant excitement to complete the task, so that you may receive your reward with the greatest satisfaction. Self-rewarding can sometimes be addictive to a worrying level. However, this would definitely work for chronic student procrastinators, as having self-rewards would make you feel eager to complete your task. As proven by science, an offer of enjoyable reward would fire your dopamine neurons, leading to positive behaviors, in this case, increasing your motivation to do work. Self-reward does not mean you have to in the form of expensive high-end materials. It could be anything under the sun that you would enjoy. Self-rewarding does not always mean you need to gain something. Maybe you can try refraining yourself from specific activities. As an example, you may refrain yourself from watching your favorite TV shows until your goals for the day are all done and dusted. Are you guys a food enthusiast? If so, indulging into your favorite treats is also a form of self-reward, as when you feel contented and energized, this would be the stepping stone for you to keep on going in maintaining healthy habits. Let us imagine the self-reward is like a long weekend you were expecting after a week full of assignment submissions and endless quizzes. This concept applies to the same self-rewarding just now. We would be eager to quickly complete the work we have in order to get the things that we have been aiming for, especially after giving blood, sweat, and tears in the journey of perfecting the task. So, I would like to stress here that extrinsic motivation is a dynamic way to allow someone to turn on their working gears and slowly get going. Before I wrap up my speech, let me highlight a few things further to emphasize how important this issue is. As a matter of fact, I would like to stress that procrastinating only takes time away from you, giving you a short-term pleasure. So, having self-reward for once in a while may help you to overcome this problem. What are you waiting for, guys? I am urging all of you to please stop procrastinating and start working, as your precious rewards are waiting for you. I've once read a poem from Louis Rams that goes, "Don't leave off for tomorrow what you can do today. With procrastination, there's a heavy price to pay." Thank you.